الدوري الثاني الذي تحتضنه أسوان. أسوان الساحرة، المؤتمر الوطني الثاني للشباب في دورته الثانية. كان لدينا مؤتمر سنوي انطلق الحقيقة في العام 2016 في نوفمبر في شرم الشيخ، بعد أن أعلن السيد الرئيس عن أنه العام 2016 سيكون هو عام الشباب. على مدى عام كامل الحقيقة شهد فعاليات عدة تتعلق بأطر وأفكار لم يكن أولها المؤتمر ولم يكن أيضا آخرها هو البرنامج الرئاسي لتأهيل الشباب، الذي يعد مجموعة ثانية الآن يعني تتولى وتتبوأ مناصب تقود هذا الوطن في المستقبل إن شاء الله. هذه الجلسة هي بعنوان الصعيد ما بين آفاق التنمية والتحديات التي تواجهه في هذه الفترة. جميعنا يدرك أنه الصعيد لفترة ما لم يكن له حظ في التنمية، وبالتالي كان هناك رؤية من الدولة المصرية التي تولي اهتمام بالغ في هذه الآونة للبحث عن فرص لاستثمار، عن آفاق التنمية، عن التحديات التي تواجه أهلنا في الجنوب، كيف يمكن أن نحقق تنمية مستدامة في هذا الإقليم المهم من مصر الذي شهد ولادة الحضارة الأولى التي عرفتها البشرية، ومن ثم يعني نوقف نزوح أهل الجنوب الطيبين إلى خارج هذه البقعة العزيزة، ومن ثم تصبح هذه الأرض الطيبة جاذبة وفاعلة وتقدم فرص استثمارية وحياة كريمة لأهل الصعيد، بالتأكيد هم لها مستحقون. هذه الجلسة ستكون مدتها زي ما تعودنا في مؤتمراتنا الخاصة بالشباب 90 دقيقة، وسنستمع فيها إلى رؤية الدولة، إلى رؤية الحكومة المصرية عما تم من الحقيقة خطوات مهمة وملموسة في مجال تنمية الصعيد، والرؤية المستقبلية أيضا للحكومة بالأرقام إن صح التعبير. ثم ستكون لدينا رؤية شبابية، وبالتأكيد ستكون هناك مناقشات مفتوحة مع الشباب، لأنه بالأساس جئنا لننصت ونستمع إلى الشباب وإلى رؤاهم في هذه الفعاليات. اسمحوا لي أن أرحب بضيوفي الكرام الذين يعني سيتحدثون في هذه الجلسة، وأبدأ بالسيد رئيس مجلس الوزراء المهندس شريف إسماعيل. برحب بحضرتك باشمهندس. معي أيضا الدكتور مصطفى مدبولي وزير الإسكان. برحب بحضرتك. معي الدكتور محمد شاكر وزير الكهرباء. أهلا وسهلا. السيدة داليا خرشد وزير الاستثمار، والمهندس طارق قابيل وزير التجارة والصناعة. ومعنا الحقيقة اثنين من الشباب. معنا أختنا وردة محمد من قنا. أهلا بيك أستاذة وردة. ومعنا عبد الله عبد الحكيم محمد. أهلا وسهلا. محمد من الشباب حقيقة اللي تخرجوا من الدفعة الأولى البرنامج الرئاسي لتأهيل الشباب. السيد رئيس الوزراء الحقيقة هيكون ليه تعقيب في نهاية الجلسة. سنمنح كل متحدث 10 دقائق لتكون هناك فرصة يعني إثراء الحوار بمداخلات شبابية، ثم نعطي أيضا الفرصة للسيد رئيس الوزراء للتعقيب، وبالتأكيد ستكون هناك كلمة للسيد الرئيس عبد الفتاح السيسي إذا رغب في الختام. أبدأ بالدكتور مصطفى مدبولي ليعرض رؤية وزارة الإسكان والمجتمعات العمرانية الجديدة، ما تم والرؤية المستقبلية أيضا. تفضل.
أولا بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، وطبعا يعني شرف ليا أن أنا أكون مع حضراتكم هنا في قلب الصعيد عشان نتكلم مع بعض عن حجم التحديات والتنمية اللي بتتم النهاردة على أرض الصعيد من حقيقة الأرقام. واسمحوا لي أنا يمكن في مداخلتي هركز قوي على موضوع الأرقام عشان كلنا نحس
In fact, the file of housing is not just in the housing, it's in the housing and in construction development. We're talking about facilities and sanitation and slums. Therefore, there are issues that affect and touch the Egyptian citizens in daily life. Therefore, the Ministry of Housing is keen to communicate with each other upon each site visits, and everyone is talking about such a project, and of course it is normal. It's their right to fulfill their main demands. Allow me to cancel the idea of that the Upper Egypt is marginalized based on the reality of the actual work starting from 2014 or the mid of 2014. So of course, everybody is following the volume and the size of the social housing that serves the youth. Basically, as we state, we are building more than 2,000 housing units. From that big number, we have 106 housing units are under construction in the Upper Egypt, among which 6,000 housing units already been finished. We started to deliver them to the citizens, and the rest will be finished in July, or rather June 2017, entering more than 40,000 housing units to be finished at the early of 2018. In order just to know the size of the fundraising of the state, we're talking about 18 billion Egyptian pounds in establishing these units, as well as the its affiliated facilities, such as hospitals and schools. Therefore, to be like a sort of a hope for each young person, young man and women, to have a housing unit in place. Yesterday, I've already said that we have the number of the units that are built in the Upper Egypt is overwhelming that is being requested and demanded. That means early or upon actually proposing a news announcement, the units will be available. So in order just to overcome and eradicate the list, some of the young talking about that we are admitting of the early 2015 and 2016, and I've told now, and I haven't received any. I would like just to give you this number. We are talking about months and a year. I'm not giving a comparison. Yet some states at our spheres, the housing list would actually last for 20 years. Now or today, thanks, praise to Almighty God, we've already managed to cancel or to overcome such lists. And within the upcoming 5 years, we would be finishing the issue of the housing problem for the youth. We are talking also about proposing lands for the middle class. Just giving you numbers, I've already proposed the status of the Upper Egypt, that it is of course linking about making facility or facilitization of the lands. Early of 2017, in the Upper Egypt, we've already proposed 3,500 pieces of land. In 2016, so we've already give 11,000 pieces of land a year. So in 1 year, we've already provided 11,000 pieces of land that being booked by the citizens. Have already started the management of delivering them. Also, investment piece of land, so that would give that there is a demand for the first time in the Upper Egypt. It used to be only demanding the cities and the piece land in the Cairo, just for the investors to do such as compound. But last year, we've already allocated more than 100 pieces of land of investment land. And firstly, we'll be doing something new, which is the communities in the Upper Egypt that would give an indication that the Upper Egypt is very promising. And we have only the new cities in the Upper Egypt. We have 10 cities starting from Al Fayoum to Al Aswan, yet the planning, it's going to be another 5 cities to be established in order to have a total of 50 new cities in the Upper Egypt, among of which that, according to the instructions of the President in the west of the Nile and in Qina and Hope, and of course the Medina Nasser Tagamma and the Suit City, God willing, Ministry of Housing, starting from February, the street within days will start to propose and the first phase of lands and housing units for all the levels to have housings in the new cities. We've already spent on the developing the new cities nearly 7.5 billion Egyptian pound throughout all the types of the mega projects in the new cities. 16, 17, and 17, 18, and the two upcoming fiscal years, it's going to be like 14 billion Egyptian pound for the cities of the Upper Egypt. That means we are doubling the size of investment in the Upper Egypt in order to provide all investment, housing, and development opportunities. And the slums, His Excellency, Mr. President is focusing all the time on the dangerous areas that need to be eradicated in the upcoming year. And our people in the Upper Egypt knows very well, such as in a well-known area, such as Mahfouz blocks, and as well as the Samakin zone has been done, and El Sahabi zone, and of course our people in Aswan has already been developed, and it's going to be finished within this year, and all this unsafety or unsecured areas on the plan to be finished. Another project under construction, which is preparing the rural areas and the most poor villages. We've already prepared 5,000 houses for 5,000 families in the most poorest centers, districts in Almenia and Asyut, Sohag, and Qina governorates. We entered to rebuild the houses in a toll and full of all facilities that required, such as sanitation and water, that costs more than 240 million Egyptian pound. Another development roads that serve the new development in the Western Desert and the areas of the 1.5 million Fedens have already finished the Bani Madar road of 200 kilometers within only 1 year and a half. Another road, Dairut Al-Farafra, that's starting from the scratch. It's with lengths 300 kilometers. We are doing it as a tool once, and it's going to be finished within this year. A group of roads to serve the development in the Upper Egypt. I'll conclude with the biggest issue, which is the drinking water and the sanitation issues. Mr. President, you talked about it yesterday, mentioning that it's a biggest challenge for the state and to realize that the size of all the Egyptian villages in 2014 never overpass the 10%. We're talking about only 10% that has only been covered at the beginning of 2014, and God willing today, according to the plan, to reach more than 40% within only 4 years, vis-a-vis what has been done 10 years ago. it is very important to realize the size of the biggest challenge in such an issue, that we are in need for a state investment in order to make such mega project. We are in need of 180 billion Egyptian pounds to cover all the rural areas and villages of such a facilitation. All these big investments aren't available now, yet we are capable to start entering new systems to focus very simplified system to increase the domestic productions and to facilitate the process of industrialization, to raise the size of coverage, starting from 2014 of 10% to be more than 40% in 2018. In order just to have you aware of what we've done in the Upper Egypt for drinking water and for sanitation, so we've already finished 29 projects for water and sanitation on the levels of the Upper Egypt Governorate of total investment around 5.8 billion Egyptian pounds. 50 projects for the water. We've already increased the daily capacity to 900,000 of a square meter that would serve from 5 to 6 persons, i.e. we've entered or delivered water for about 4.5 million citizens, never had a problem of the water, but the issue of the rotations for having such water for 2 to 3 hours a day. This year, we are planning to finish 68 projects of investment, 3.6 billion Egyptian pounds, among which 30 projects of a capacity 500,000 square meters water a day. So we are talking about 2.5 billion Egyptian persons, i.e. within 3 years we're going to be improving or delivering water for more than 7.5 to 8 persons in the heart of the Upper Egypt. We've already improved the quality of the water for them, as well as the sanitations. And of course, the people of Aswan is aware of the development of Shisha Mountain. You all know about these areas that used to have problems of the rotations in serving the water, where I had an issue of the area of Al Sadaga. Used to have more than 4,700 old housing units built by the Waqf ministries and the housing without any sanitation projects. Thanks to Almighty God, we've already finished the whole project in total that would let all the people that booking units to use and live in them. Just giving you the size of the work being done lately and the upcoming period in the Upper Egypt, just to cancel the idea or to get rid of the idea that the Upper Egypt has been marginalized, and God willing, it is now in the top priorities of the state currently. Thanks very much for the Minister of the Housing that talked and give good figures for the development of such a very important sector. We'll give the floor now to the Minister of Electricity to give his presentations. Good morning to you in the name of the most merciful Almighty God. I've already prepared a quick presentation for the development in the Upper Egypt. Just to give you any idea, the stance of the electricity of 2017, we're talking firstly on the electricity power and generation project. Briefly, before July 2014, the quantity of the installed capacity that reached 6,294 megawatt, that including the High Dam and 1 and 2 Aswan storage stations. The next slide, through 2014 up till now, we've already entered 3,750 megawatts. Among of 6, we've already doubled such a figure. It is clear that we've already paid a great concern of the urgent plan to the station of Aswan of generation power. We've already installed 1,000 megawatt, and we are adding the new station to enter another 500 megawatt without any added effort. Developed the biggest station of the solar thermal stations of Bani Suef that generate 4,800 megawatt. Under the experiment, we've already operated 6 turbines. The good thing about it that have already been done within 11.5 months upon the date of the contracting, that include the Siemens and the Egyptian domestic contractors. That would reach the 6,000 of technical worker, and we've already entered 14 mobile power stations that entered the 6,000 megawatts. As I said, we've already entered 3,750 megawatts. The next slide, until the end of 2017,